Hi Elijah, it's Grandma Sandy. We are going to read this book, The Sneeches, and other stories. And so I'll read each one by itself so that you can stop it if you want to, okay? So the first one is called The Sneeches. And this is a Sneech. Now, the star-belly Sneeches had bellies with stars. The plain-belly Sneeches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big. They were really so small. You might think that such a thing wouldn't matter at all. See, he has a star in his belly. This one doesn't. He has a plain belly. This one has a star. Star-belly Sneech. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneeches would brag we're the best kind of Sneeches on the beaches. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain-bellied sort. And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When the star-belly children went out to play ball, could a plain-belly get in the game? Not at all. You could only play if your bellies had stars, and the plain-bellied children had none upon theirs. So they would go out walking, and they would walk right past them and not even say hi. And the other kids couldn't play unless they had stars on their bellies. That's not nice. When the star-belly Sneeches had hot dog roasts, or picnics or parties or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain-bellied Sneeches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Look, they're roasting marshmallows, and they're having fun and having a party, and these guys don't get to come. That's sad, and they're sad. Then, one day it seems, while the plain-belly Sneeches were moping and doping along on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. My friends, he announced in a voice clear and keen, my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles, and I've heard you're unhappy, and I can fix that. I am the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you. I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed. And my work is 100% guaranteed. So see how they're all sad? He came to fix it. And he's going to fix them, I guess. Let's see what he does. Then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very weird-looking machine. And he said, you want stars like a star-belly Sneech? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard. So they climbed inside, and then the big machine roared. And it clunked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it belted. And it bopped them about. But the thing really worked. When the plain-belly Sneeches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon stars. Look, they went in with no stars. They came out with stars. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start. We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can go to your hot dog parties. Good grief, said the ones who had stars at the first. We're still the best Sneeches, and they are the worst. But how now in the world will we know? They all frowned if which kind is what, or the other way round. They're like, look, we're just like you now. And they're like, no, we're still the best. But they all have stars now. Then up came McBean with a very sly wink. And he said, things are not quite as bad as you think. And so, you don't know who's who. That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best Sneeches on beaches. And all it will cost you is $10 eaches. He's like, come over here and I'll show ya. Belly stars are no longer in style, said McBean. What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars so you won't look like those Sneeches who have them on theirs. And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies really nicely. They went in with stars, and now they're coming out with no stars. Then, with snoots in the air, they paraded about and they opened their beaks and they let out a shout. Who we know who is who. Now there is no doubt the best kind of Sneeches are Sneeches without stars. Then, of course, those with stars got all really mad. To be wearing a star now was really bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guessed, things got into a really big mess. They had stars, now they don't want stars. They don't want stars, no. Let's see what happens. All the rest of the day, on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up the Sneeches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machine they raced and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money. They kept running through until neither the plane nor the starbellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was that one, or what one was who. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. They'll never learn. No, you can't teach Sneech. But McBean was quite wrong. I'm happy to say that the Sneeches got really quite smart that day. The day they decided that Sneeches are Sneeches and no kind of Sneech is the best on the beaches, that day all the Sneeches forgot about stars and whether they had one or not upon theirs. The end.